Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new, and in this video I am going to be solving paper 3 from February-March 2019, and this paper consists of data analysis and website authoring, which is basically Excel and HTML. This part of the video contains the website authoring. I have another video for the data analysis. So without further ado, let's get started. Task 1. The evidence document. Open the file M1931 evidence. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of your evidence document by placing this in the header. Save this as a Word document in your work area with the file name M1931 evidence followed by your candidate number. You will need to place screenshots and your answers in this evidence document. So I already have the document open, and to place the header we go to Insert, Header, and we choose the arrow. You have a lot of options for headers, and I recommend you choosing the second one because they ask for 3 details and this has 3 spaces to write, so it's easier. So we put in our name first, then our center number and candidate number. We close the header and the footer. Now we have to save this as a Word document in our work area and change the name by adding in our candidate number. So these are 3 good reasons why we have to save as, because we have to save it in our work area. We have to change the file location, the file name, and the file type. So this is why we have to save as. So you go to File, Save As, Browse, and we choose our new location. We add in our candidate number to the name, and we change the type to Word document, and we save this in our work area. And if you go to your work area, you will see the document there, and if you click it, you can see the type Microsoft Word document. Task 2. The web page. You'll evaluate a web page designed for children aged 2 to 3 to help them identify colors. When they click on a word, the name of the color is output through speakers and the color appears in a circle. The web page looks like this. It's small, so I'm going to zoom in so we can see better. Okay, so click on the name of the color to see it in the circle. So if I click on amber, the color amber will appear on the circle and I will hear it through the speakers. 1. Evaluate this web page for the intended audience. Evidence 1. Type your evaluation into your evidence document using no more than 100 words. This is 4 points, so I will mention 4 details, and we have to evaluate this for children aged 2 to 3. And the first thing that I can point out is that I don't know if children aged 3 know how to read this part, which is click on the name of the color to see it in the circle. Most children aged 2 to 3 might not know how to read this. There are some complex words like turquoise, so I don't think children aged 2 to 3 know what this is. This is too small. I had to zoom in so we could see better, and this can be a little complex for children because you click on the color, you see it in the circle, and you hear it. So for children aged 2 to 3, this can be, something like magic. So it's complex. I have already written, so we can save time. I will just check if this is not more than 100 words, and it's 24 words. And just to check if I have mentioned 4 things, so we can get 4 points. We'll see. So most children aged 2 to 3 don't know how to read. 1. There are complex words like turquoise. 2. The web page is small. 3. And it's complex. 4. 2. State the most appropriate web development layer. 2a. Set the background color of all pages in website. B. Create a hyperlink to their web page. C. Collapse all table borders. D. Enlarge an image when the user hovers the cursor over it. So to set the background color of a website, the background color, we do this in the CSS, so this is part of the presentation. The hyperlink, we create the hyperlink while we're doing the web page, so this is part of the structure or content. And C, to collapse all table borders, we do this in the CSS, so this is also part of the presentation. And to enlarge an image when the user hovers the cursor over it, this is part of the behavior of the image. So again, presentation, structure, presentation, and behavior. You are for House Design and will develop web pages for a small British company called Glorious Gardens. Efficient markup and style sheet must be used. All color codes must be in hexadecimal. Create a new folder called GGG_HTML. Locate the following files and store them in your GGG_HTML folder. So I will go to my work area, new folder, and I'm going to name this GGG_HTML. and I will move this up here. Now I will have to move these files into the folder I just created, so I'll put this side to side with the source files so it's easier for me to see the name and select them. Oops, like this. Okay, so I will select the files, and now that I've selected them, I will copy them into the folder I just created, and done. Open and resize the image so that it is 672 pixels wide and 896 pixels high. Save the image with the file name Lilac1. So I will go into the folder I just created and I will open it and open the image. I have to change the width to 672 and the height to 896. So we go to here, 3 dots, resize, define the custom dimensions, and we change the width to 672, and if you see, the height automatically changes to 896, and this is because we have the aspect ratio maintained. So we save this by adding in 1 into the file name, and we save this. Now we have to remove the left and the right of the image and make it 271 pixels wide and 896 pixels high like this. So again, we'll go into the picture, resize, and I will cut the left of the image and the right like this, and I'm going to save this as Lilac2 and done. Now, just to make sure that the dimensions are 271 of width and 896 of height, I will go to the 3 dots again, resize, and I will check the dimensions. And as you can see, the dimensions are not 271 of width and 896 of height. So I will change this into 271 of width, and the height changes to 698 of height. And we don't want 698, we want 896. So if I go here and I put 896, the width changes to 348, and it's supposed to be 271. And this is happening because we have maintained the aspect ratio. So I have to untick this box, and now if I change the width to 271, the height doesn't change because we have not kept the aspect ratio. And we save this, and I will substitute the image. 5. Display the contents of your GGG HTML folder showing the folder name, all file names, extensions, and file sizes, and image dimensions. And as you can see, the folder name is here, the file name is here, the extensions are here, the file size is here, and the dimensions are here. And if you don't have the dimensions, you right click on tag and tick the dimensions. So to take the screenshot, I will use the snipping tool, new, and I will take a screenshot of something like this, and I'm going to copy and paste this into my Word document, the evidence document, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger like this. 6. Create a web page called Spring.htm. This web page must work in all browsers and will have a stable structure as shown below. Each table cell is identified with a letter and all dimensions are in pixels. The letters and dimensions shown in your table must not appear in your final web page. All table borders must be visible and have a width of 2. So, to make the web page, I will be using Microsoft Expression Web. And this part is the design. We have not designed anything, so that's why it's white. We have the split, which shows us the code and the design, and we have the code which only shows us the code, but we want to design, so we keep it in design. We have to save this as Spring HTML, so you go into file, save as, so I can save this on to the folder we just created, and I'm going to change the name to Spring.htm and done. Now I have to create a table like this, and this table should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. So I will go to this table icon, the arrow, and I will select more options, and in the rows I will put in 6, and in the columns I will put in a 3 because it's 3 columns and 6 rows. Now the total width of the table is 800, and I will change the width to 800. Now I have to change this to pixels because they say that all dimensions are in pixels, so I have to change this to pixels, and okay, and as you can see the table appears. Now we have to format by merging this ones, and this ones, and then we will do the height and the width individually of each one. So we have to merge this ones, so we have the top row. We have to merge this, so we have the last column, and merge the bottom one, so we have the bottom row, like this. Now I have to
column, the middle column,
format this whole and make it 225 by 225. So
column.
I will select this row together because they're all 225 by 225, so I'm going to select them at the same time. Right click, cell properties, and I will go to specify width. I will tick the box, and I will also tick the box to specify height and make sure that this is in pixels. Now I will change this to 225, and the height is also 225, and okay, and as you can see this automatically changed to 225. And these ones here are supposed to be 300 of width and 225 of height, so I will select them all at the same time and do as I did for the middle, like this, and select the last one like this, and right click, cell properties, specify width and height again in pixels, and it's 300 of width and 225 of height, like this. The top row is supposed to be 800 by 100, so right click on the first row, specify width and height, change the width to 800 and the height to 100, and make sure that this is in pixels again, and okay. Now we have to change it over here, so right click, cell properties, and this is supposed to be 275 by 900, so specify width and height in pixels, and this is 275 and 900, okay, and this has changed. Now we have to change this last one to 800 by 150. So right click, cell properties, specify width and height again in pixels, and we change the width to 800 and the height to 150, and okay, and the table is done. I will highlight this so we don't forget to do this in the last step. Place in cell A, which is this one, following text, and we have to set this as H1, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to place this in cell A, and I will select this and change it to H1 like this. And I have to place in cell C, which is this one, in cell F, cell H, and cell G, the following text. Select this, copy here, and place this. And I have to set this as H2, and H2. Copy it again, paste it, to set this as H2 again. It's basically copy paste, and set it as H2. Doing like this. We have already set them as H2, so now place in cell D, which is this one, in cell B, E, G, and I. B, E, G, and I, which are this ones. we have to place the following images and we have to resize them to 290 pixels wide. Go here, select this, and we'll go to the picture icon, and this will open in the GGG folder. We will go to Lilac 2, we select it, and we have to add alternate text. And this is basically the text that will appear if the image does not appear. So I will just put in this. I will specify which image of the lilac it is, because I have 3 of those, and okay, and the image will appear. Now we have to change this to 290 pixels wide. So we select the picture properties, appearance, and we change the width to 290. And they tell us to maintain the aspect ratio. So I will keep the aspect ratio, and I change the width to 90 and the height changes to 958. So now I have to place an image of an apple tree in cell B. B, it's this one. Go to the picture icon again and select an image of the apple tree, and in alternate I will put in the text apple tree like this, and I will click on the picture properties and appearance and change this to 290 and maintain the aspect ratio, and the height will change to 217. In cell E, the image of a camellia, and the alternate text will be this. And now we have to change this to 290 of width while maintaining the aspect ratio. In cell G, the image of a cherry tree, picture properties, appearance, and we change the width to 290 and okay. In cell I, we have to add the image of a frostia. And picture properties, appearance, and I will change this to 290 of width like this. Place in cell key the text from file GGG text, and the cell key is this cell over here. And we have to place our name, center number, and Canyon number in this part of the text. I will open file text, Control A to select everything, Control C to copy. I will close this, cell key is this one, so Control V to paste this, and I will delete the insert your name, center number, and candidate number here part, and I will insert my name,
Center number, candidate number,
and like this. Now I have to change the text link to make a hyperlink to send an email message to this email over here with the subject line ask the ask. First of all, we have to set this as H3. So we select all of this and we set this as H3, and now I will look for the link here. I will click the link, only the link word, and I will go to this icon next to the image icon, and I will copy the email address and paste it, and automatically Mailuito will appear here, and we don't delete this, we keep it there, and we change the subject to ask the expert, and okay. And as you can see, the link word turned blue because it's a hyperlink. Make sure appropriate text is displayed if an image is not available. I already did this part, and if you have not done, right click on the image, picture properties, you have general and you have alternate text. We already did this while we were adding the pictures, so we have no need to do this again, but if you have not done, this is the way you can do. Attach the cell to ggg.css to your web page. Save the web page in your GGG HTML folder. So to attach a style sheet, we go to Format, CSS Styles, Attach Style Sheet, Browse, and we select the only one that they give us with the source files. And okay, and as you can see, some formatting has been done according to what is written on the style sheet. Now we have to save this, so we have already saved as. Now we already have to save because we already chose the location and we already changed the name, so we only have to save it. So now we have to create a style sheet called GGG followed by our candidate number like this. Have to place our name, center number and candidate number as a comment at the bottom of the style sheet. We have to edit the style sheet so that the logo becomes the single background image placed at the top right. All tables must be left aligned in the browser and all table borders are visible and 2 pixels wide. So you see this, that all table borders must be visible and have a width of 2 pixels. It's here, so we're going to be doing this now, and then we will have to attach this. So it will be the same thing. To create a new CSS, we choose this white icon, click the arrow, and you choose CSS. This will appear. Now we have to save this as GGG followed by our candidate number. So we go to File, Save As. So we can choose the folder, and this is already open in the GGG folder, as you can see. And I will change the name to GGG followed by my candidate number, and I'm going to save this. Now I have to place my name and center number, candidate number
As I have to place this in the bottom,
bottom.
I'll do this in the last part.
Highlight this also, we don't forget. So now we have to edit the style sheet and make the image logo single background image placed at the top right. So for this, we go to the CSS, we go to Format, New Style, and this window will open. You see here the selector, we write in body because the background image is part of the body of the HTML. Then we go to background, and you see background image. We will browse the image, which in this case is the logo. We select it and we open it. And in background repeat, we will choose no repeat because they say that this is a single background image. And this is supposed to be placed at the top right. So in the x-axis, we will choose right. And in the y position, we will choose top. So this is top right, and as you can see at the top right, and this is top right. So we click on OK, and this formatting will appear. We'll make all tables left aligned in the browser. So for this, we go to Format again, New Style, and here we will write table because this is only for the table. We go to Box, and as they're supposed to be left aligned, we go here on left and we write in 0, and we change this to centimeters, so it's 0 centimeters to the left. So this means that this is left aligned and this should be on the margin. And we do OK, and this will appear. Now we have to make all borders visible and 2 pixels wide. So the borders are not only part of the table, they're also part of the table data because we have 2 types of borders. We have internal and external. The external ones are part of the table and the internal ones are part of the table data. And we have to have all of them visible. So in here we write table and table data. This we will go into the border, and the border size we will choose solid, and the border width we will choose 2, and the border color must be visible, so we will choose black like this, and OK. And now we still have to add our name, center number and candidate number as a comment. So to make a comment in CSS, we do a dash, a star, and this will turn green, so this means that this is a comment, and we will write in our name, center number and candidate number like this, and we are done. Now we have to add this style sheet to the web page we created, and this has to have higher priority. So we are going to save this and we go to our web page. We go to Format, CSS Styles, Attach Style Sheet, Browse, and we select the one we just created.
Some changes have been done.
And as you can see, the logo is here, the table, you can see that it's left aligned now. Now we have to save our web page. We have to display the web page in the browser and resize it so the page can be seen, the text can be easily read, and the address bar is visible. And we have to place this as a screenshot in our evidence document under evidence 4. I'll go to the folder and I will open this, and here it is. And as you can see, the table is left aligned, the logo is here, the snipping tool again, and make sure that the address bar is visible and you take a screenshot, thing like this, and we copy paste this into our evidence document. And as you can see, they say here that place your screenshots, so this means that you can put in more than one. So if you want a closer look at the table, you can get like this and take a closer screenshot of the table. Make sure the bottom text appears because that's what's important, to take something like this so they can see
Hyperlink.
that the link
Now
word
I
is.
will copy and paste the image into the evidence document.
Display the HTML source in your editor. Evidence 5, take a copy of the HTML source and place this in your evidence document. So we go to our web page, we go to code, and we have the code here, and as you can see, this is what we have done, and you can see here the hyperlink and the styles and all of this. So we have to copy this and put this as our evidence 5. To do this, Control A, Control C, and Control V, and don't change anything, let it be like it is. So now we have to take a copy of our style sheet that we just created, and we have to place this in evidence document under evidence 6. So to do this, we will go to our CSS, Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and Control V to paste this, and it's like this. It's done. We have done the website authoring, and if you want to see the data analysis, go search for the other video. And yeah, see you next time.